Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, come here, please. I want my shoe. Oh, come on. Now be reasonable, will you? Oh, you wouldn't make me chase you like this if you knew how tired my poor feet were. Look, I need this shoe a lot more than you do. Drop it. Drop it. Oh, no, you don't. We can still be friends, can't we? Huh? No hard feelings? All right. No, you can't. No. Oh, that was my paper, mister. You can have it, but I just want to get an address out of it.
No, take it. I'll find another one.
No, you can have it. I just want to get this number.
Out of work, eh?
Yeah, way out.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. I can certainly use some. Pardon me.
Oh, how do you do, madame? May I help you?
Yes, sir. Would you be kind enough to tell me where to apply for a job here?
2 aisles over and all the way to the rear of the store.
Thank you.
Fill out this application blank and bring it back here.
Thanks.
I don't see why they have to check on you all the way back to the flood.
I don't either.
And all for $16 a week, too.
They told me this was an exclusive model.
Yeah, basement special, $6.95. Say, wash these things for me, will you, honey?
Sure.
Thanks. Can I help you?
Yes, I'll take this one. How much?
98 cents and 3 cents tax.
Thanks. It isn't one thing, it's another.
$1 1 out of 10. Thank you. Pardon me. Thanks, honey. Don't work too hard.
I won't mind if I get the job.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, you'll be notified as soon as there's a vacancy.
Can you tell me about how long it'll...
No, you'll be notified.
Thank you.
I tell you, I gave her the money in that blouse and she hasn't come back yet.
Are you sure she was one of our sales girls?
But she waited on me.
Would you mind coming to the manager's office, please? I'm sure we can straighten everything out quite satisfactorily.
All right,
Well, I certainly hope so. There she is. That's her.
What's the matter?
Well, we'd like you to come to the manager's office.
What for?
You took my $10.
Well, lady, you must be mistaken. I don't know anything about your $10.
We'll just go to the manager's office and straighten the whole thing out.
I came in here looking for a job.
All right.
Now, wait a minute. I'll go, but I tell you, I haven't done anything.
Now, don't start any fuss. It'll only make it harder for yourself.
But I told you there was a girl in the personnel department wearing a dress exactly like mine. I know. I talked to her.
But this lady has definitely identified you as the girl she gave that bill to.
I'm positive.
I don't care what she says. She's wrong. It's her word against mine, and I tell you, I've never seen her before in my life.
Do you mind if our store detective examines your purse?
No, I don't mind. Go ahead and examine it.
Mr. Howland, there's a $10 bill here, all right, and a few singles.
That's my money.
That's not true. She's lying. That's my money. I had it all the time.
It's the bill I gave her downstairs. I know it.
Is that the only $10 bill in the whole country? What are you people trying to do to me?
I'm very sorry, Miss Andrews. Get me the police department.
Hey, Mac, wait a second.
Don't you ever get tired, Jim?
The desk sergeant just told me they picked up the lady Raffles that's been giving you boys such headaches all these months.
Yep, that's just who we're going after.
That's a wonder you wouldn't tell a guy something. Hey, I might cut myself a good human interest, John. You know, beautiful dame stealing for her old widowed mother to send her brother through college.
I'll get in and shut up.
Hey, listen, it's a wonder you guys wouldn't show more respect for the press. What's the matter? Don't I always spell your names right?
You're lucky we even let you ride with us.
But I tell you, you're making a terrible mistake.
All right, miss, just tell it to the sergeant.
Hey, don't tell him, tell me. I can get you more publicity than you ever had, right on the front page of my paper.
But I didn't do anything.
Get in.
Hey, wait a minute. My name is Brett. I work for the Times. Oh, come on. How about being a good sport and giving me the story? You know, an exclusive. I might even get you as much as $100 for it. That'll get you a good lawyer.
I don't want your $100, and there isn't any story.
That's where you're wrong, sister. I'll be seeing you.
Well, this isn't the story you told me.
But I told you the truth.
Honey, you look all right to me, but this is the story the people are going to believe.
What am I going to do? How am I going to get anyone to believe me?
What you need's a good lawyer. Have you got one?
No.
Well, have you got any dough?
A few dollars.
Well, that wouldn't buy a lawyer's office boy. Hey, wait a minute. I think I know someone. Only she's got to be sold on you 100%. You got to be on the up and up, and if she believes you, she'll defend you for nothing.
Well, who is she?
Mary Ellis. She's one of the swellest gals that ever walked on two legs. She's a lawyer. She spends most of her time getting dames out of jams. I'd have her myself if she'd believe me.
Well, but how do I get in touch with her?
You leave that to me. Oh, matron! Matron!
Hazelstone, your plea of guilty makes this your third offense. Obviously, you've made no attempt to become a useful citizen.
Give me my time, Judge, and soft pedal a sermon.
Sooner or later, you're going to commit a crime that'll put you behind bars for the rest of your life.
Okay, Your Honor.
It is the judgment of this court that you be sentenced to the Curtis House of Correction for a period of 3 years.
Jeepers, Judge, I copped a plea on this rap so I wouldn't have to go to Curtis. You can't do this to me.
Next case.
Boy, one thing I do good is double-cross myself.
People versus Betty Andrews. Complaining witnesses are the Retail Merchants Association and Boyle's Department Store.
Miss Ellis, I believe you represent the defendant.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the plea?
My client desires to plead not guilty.
Say, if Mary Ellis is on this case, maybe that kid's on the up and up.
Go on. She'll defend any crook that turns on hearts and flowers.
Now, that's where you're wrong, brother. Ellis is a square shooter.
Miss Thompson, you are employed as a sales lady in the basement of Simpson's department store?
Yes.
Now, this is the dress that the defendant wore the day she was arrested. Have you ever seen one like it before?
We sell a great many of that model at Simpson's.
Then it is possible that two girls could wear two dresses exactly like this one at the same time.
Oh, it is definitely possible.
This girl wore exactly the same kind of a dress I was wearing. She was the same height, had the same colored hair, everything.
You say she left her hat and her bag on the desk?
Yes.
How long was she gone?
Oh, she must have been gone about 10 minutes. Then she came back and picked up her hat and bag and left.
The court has heard the plaintiff's witnesses testify that it took only 10 minutes to commit the crime for which my client stands accused. Is it not possible that the other girl who spoke to Miss Andrews in the personnel department and then left for 10 minutes is the guilty party? It's too obvious, Your Honor, that this unfortunate young girl is a victim of circumstances. There should be no doubt that the real culprit in this case has not been apprehended, that this person seized an opportunity to commit a petty theft, aware that the blame would fall upon another. In the interests of justice, I ask that the court dismiss the complaint against my client.
Or it should also be very obvious to the court that the defendant's story is a pure fabrication. Where is this other girl who so conveniently wore the same dress, and so thoughtfully had the same colored hair, and so coincidentally was the same height? Did anyone besides the defendant ever see her or talk to her? No. Isn't it likely, then, that this other girl with the same hair, same dress, and same everything is a myth? I'm sure the court, as well as the prosecution, is fully aware of the highly philanthropic motives of the defense counsel. Her work and her record stand as a monument in the cause of justice. But in this case, we cannot allow sentiment to jeopardize the welfare of an entire community. Therefore, I ask that the defendant be given the maximum penalty.
I've weighed the evidence in this case, and I've come to the conclusion that the defendant is guilty as charged. Will the defendant please rise? Taking into consideration the fact that this is the defendant's first proven offense, I will not impose the maximum penalty. It is the sentence of this court that the defendant be committed to the Curtis House of Correction for a period of 1 year.
Your Honor, we accept the judgment of the court, but I beg you not to send this girl to Curtis.
Miss Ellis, I would like very much to comply, but the girl's commitment to Curtis is mandatory. Court's adjourned.
I'm sorry, my dear. I did the best I could. I know you're innocent, and I won't stop working till I've proved it.
Looks like you got a raw deal.
So what? A lot you care. You got your story, didn't you?
Now, look, I think that story's all wrong, and I'm going to try to help you.
Thanks. You've done plenty as it is.
Oh, now, listen, this...
Look, you just keep away from me.
Betty, you mustn't feel this way. Maybe this boy can help you.
You were going to help me, too, but you didn't. You know I'm innocent, and so does he, but I'm still going to prison. I won't listen to anything either of you have to say. Come on, if we're going.
Now, you mind what I tell you. Special observation, dormitory 9. Next girl.
Come on, move up, girls.
First offense. Well, if you behave yourself, you'll get along here. I don't suppose you know anything about typing or shorthand.
No, I don't, but I could learn.
No, never mind. House gang, dormitory 9.
Wait outside, girlie.
Next girl.
Hello, Miss Brackett. Well, I guess you just can't keep me away from the old homestead. Say, you picked up some weight, haven't you?
If you want to spend a lot of time in solitary, just keep up that flippancy.
I'm sorry, Superintendent.
You girls are sent up here to be punished, not to be impertinent. Dormitory 9.
You know where.
Yeah, I know where.
Weight 102. Height 5 feet 2. Red hair. Okay, wait in there. On the scales. Turn around. Name? Betty Andrews. Betty Andrews. Weight 108. Height 5 feet 3. Brown hair. Blue eyes. Okay, wait over there. Hey, you. Got any dough? About $4. Give it up. Why? What for? You want your clothes to fit, don't you? Okay, next fish. Hiya, Hazel. What'd they hook you for this trip?
I wanted a chicken sandwich, so I put a slug in the automat.
Anything come out?
Yeah, the manager.
Quiet!
Get your pillow over there. 12 for the torso. 9 for the gams. Here you are, all set for the ball. Make up your mind. You gonna slip us the $4?
No.
Okay, honey child. A pair of 4s. Make them AAA.
That'll be too small. I wear 4.5 Bs.
You used to. From now on, you're wearing full AAAs. Unless you change your mind about the $4. Get your pillow over there. Happy landing. Tough give her upper. We'll soften her.
Make up your beds and clean up the dormitory. After that, you'll start your work as designated on your cards. Gracie? Gracie?
Yes, Miss Brown?
What's the matter with you?
I haven't been feeling very well. I guess I worked too hard this morning.
Ah, stop pitying yourself. Get up and show those girls what to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, kid. Say, can you tell us where to dump this stuff?
Take any of the empty beds and just...
Look how she wilted.
Jeepers, you look like you've been getting the works.
You better lie down and rest a while.
Really? I've been on the ringer for a week.
The ringer? Yeah, laundry duty. 120 in the shade.
Yeah, and there isn't any shade.
Better start making up your beds. I'll show you how.
Take it easy, kid. I'll show her.
Thanks.
I see the same girls are running this joint.
Yeah, Frankie and the Duchess and Nita. I'm on their blacklist.
Why?
I was doing kitchen duty and I wouldn't slip me some steaks.
Steaks in this dump?
Yeah, for bracket.
I bet she eats them raw.
Hey, kids, I need the feed bag. Come on, let's get going. Now, look, first you take the sheet. Put it on like this. Now, watch me. What is this? It's one of life's greatest mysteries.
By next week, you'll think it tastes like lobster Newburgh.
No unnecessary talking. Pipe down, kid. We're liable to wind up in the laundry.
These shoes.
Kick them off. Come on, eat your dinner.
I've had enough. I'm not hungry.
No, back talk.
I'm not hungry either.
And you keep quiet.
If this is stew, I'm Snow White.
Yeah, and the 7 dwarfs swimming around in it.
And you keep quiet, too.
Bring on your starvation.
You eat this slop. We won't eat it.
We won't eat. We won't eat.
Here we go again, kid. Come on, let's get in it.
You girls have had enough. Put up your hands and form a double file. Put up your hands and march out. Get in formation. When the doors are open, I'll fire.
It was those new girls that started this. They wouldn't eat. One of them hit me with this shoe.
We'll find out who it was soon enough. All right, girls, step out. Get to your quarters and stay there until you're told to leave. Nita and Duchess, step out. Who threw this shoe?
That new girl, Betty. I saw her throw it. That's Nita. She saw it, too. That's right, Miss Beckett. I saw her.
All right, get to your quarters. Betty Andrews, step out. You deliberately threw this.
Me? I didn't throw it. I took it
Maybe you kicked it off by accident. See that she's assigned to the laundry. Get back in the line.
For you, dearie. See that you finish it before you quit. Oh, please. You wouldn't like to spend another month in here, would you?
Take it easy, kid. I'll finish this for you.
Rebecca finds out she raised the devil.
She won't find out.
How about your own work?
Don't worry about me. Go on in there and lie down.
Oh, gee, Betty, you're swell.
Gracie! Gracie!
Why, Betty, we have no quarrel with you, nor any of the other girls. We're doing the best we can to make you all comfortable, despite the lack of cooperation on the part of the girls. And we're all very sorry that Gracie should have come to such an unfortunate end. But pneumonia, you know, is a treacherous thing.
Pneumonia? She committed suicide and you drove her to it.
Why, Betty, you must be mistaken. The doctor and myself are positive it was pneumonia.
That's a lie. You can't get away with that. She killed herself because she couldn't stand the way you and those pets of yours treated her. You're the one that did it. You killed her.
Sit down, Betty. Betty, I don't know where you get such ideas. Everybody at Curtis knows that Gracie was ill and had been for a long time.
Well, I'll tell them the truth.
We've told them the truth. And any expression of the contrary will be regarded as a vicious rumor, which may lead to most unhappy consequences.
Pneumonia is very contagious, you know. And you were working with Gracie.
What do you mean?
Just this. A lot of harm could come to Curtis if such rumors were spread on the outside. And we'd do anything to protect its reputation.
You don't like the laundry, do you? Well, I don't blame you. A few months down there would be very trying.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Cooperate with us. Ask Frankie and the Duchess. They know what it means to be on the right side.
I get it. You won't have any trouble from me.
That's fine. You may go now. Your new duties will be assigned to you in the morning. Give us some light work around the offices, but keep your eye on her.
Yes, Miss Brackett.
Hazel. Hazel, wake up.
What's the matter?
I've got to get out of this place.
Oh, God. In this rat hole.
I'll take that chance. Can you help me?
Are you on the level?
Yes.
See the Duchess.
What can she do?
Plenty. Only you'll have to make a deal with her.
Thanks. I'll have my banker draw up a contract in the morning.
Betty, what's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Miss Brackett.
Superintendent's office. Yes, I'll tell her right away. Miss Brackett, they'd like to see you in the bakery.
All right. Take any phone calls that come in.
Yes, ma'am.
If someone opened the front door for me, I could fatten her bank account.
You're talking to the wrong party.
Got a proposition.
And I got my health. No soap, sister.
No? Isn't what I heard.
Don't believe everything you hear. Besides, where are you going to get the dough?
Never mind, I'll get it. How much?
50 is a nice number.
It's a deal.
I'm sending some mattresses out to the cleaners tomorrow afternoon.
What time?
4 o'clock.
If you let me use the phone, I can have the money for you tonight.
Okay. Use that one. Who's the party you're going to call?
What's the difference as long as you get yours?
All right. Go ahead.
Outside.
Okay. If anybody gets nosy, I'll kick the door. That means for you to hang up quick.
Jim Brent, please. Hello, is this Jim Brent?
Yeah. Betty who? Oh, sure. Sure, I said I'd be glad to help you out. A story? Okay, spill it. How much? Oh, you mean this afternoon, huh? Okay, I'll make it all right. Now, here's the idea.
Oh, matron. Betty's lawyer's here to see her. He's in Miss Brackett's office.
Very well. You may go.
You must have your hands full with so many girls.
Oh, yes, it's quite a task. Come in.
How do you do, Miss Andrews?
How do you do?
May we talk somewhere?
The regulations don't allow any interviews with the inmates in private.
Oh, that's quite all right, Miss Brackett. There's nothing private about anything I have to tell Miss Andrews. Could we just go over there in the corner so as not to disturb you?
Of course.
Thank you. Well, I have good news for you, Miss Andrews. There's an excellent chance of getting your case reopened. However, I can't guarantee any results. You see, it's a 50-50 proposition.
Oh, I understand. I hope you can come through.
Well, I'm doing the best I can, and with a little cooperation. Now, let's see. Here we are. You see, I'm going to have to file a bill of particulars. It'll require your signature. Now, if you'll just sign here, all 3 copies. You know, a situation of this kind demands very close attention to details. You've got to look into things. Now, if you'll just sign your name plainly, Miss Andrews, and on the next line, just below it, make a notation that you are at the Curtis House of Correction. That's right. And just as soon as I have your story complete, Miss Andrews, I can file the necessary papers.
You have the story complete now, Mr. Brent.
Just as soon as I get back, I'll file this with the proper authorities. And I'll get things started right away to take care of the situation.
I'd appreciate it, and if you need anything more, just get in touch with me.
Thank you, Miss Andrews. I certainly will. Good day, Miss Brackett.
Good day.
Goodbye, Miss Andrews, and good luck.
Okay, Tubby, I'll handle the rest of it out here.
You mean you're going to actually do some work?
Yeah, what about it?
Oh, nothing. I just figured I'd seen everything.
Go on, get back there and help those girls.
How do I get out of here?
That's your headache. All I do is get you through that gate. Hurry up before the driver gets back.
All set?
That's the last of them.
I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, don't stumble.
Don't stumble.
I don't know. Yeah?
Don't let that truck out.
Maybe I took the wrong mattresses.
They don't blow sirens for taking mattresses.
Open up that truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Get in there and look through those matches.
Who's in there? You better come on. Come on. All right, come on out of there, you. Come on.
That dirty double-crossing Duchess. When I get my hands on her, I'll kill her for this. I'll kill her.
Come on.
You can't keep me here. I'll get out somehow, and when I do, I'll expose your whole rotten system. I'll tell everybody
All
what
right,
you've
go
done,
on.
how you drive
Yes,
people
ma'am.
crazy. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. I'll tell the whole world how you killed Gracie, how you drove her to suicide.
All right, put her in solitary.
Mr. McNeil, surely you must see that this suicide at Curtis, which Jim Brent reported, merely proves what I've been saying for years, that you must take drastic steps to eliminate these abominable conditions. Gracie Dunn's death can be laid indirectly at your door. What are you going to do about it?
You have been wanting to improve conditions at Curtis for the past 5 years, Miss Ellis. Frankly, I've never considered your ideas very practical. Now, I've got to admit that I might have been wrong. After going over all your correspondence, I'd like to ask you to become the superintendent.
Thank you. I'll accept. But on one condition. I'm to have a completely free hand. No interference and no politics.
I expected that. Unfortunately, Miss Brackett will have to remain as your assistant because there was no specific evidence connecting her with the suicide.
Oh, that'll be quite satisfactory.
Well, from now on, you're the boss. But remember, you're in a strong spotlight. Any slip you make will be exaggerated, all out of proportion. Might be the end of your career. Good luck.
Thank you.
Betty. Betty. Here's your grub, honey. Betty, I got good news. Brackett's been set down. We got a new super, Mary Ellis.
So what? We're still locked up, aren't we?
But you don't understand. It's Mary Ellis, you know, your mouthpiece. She's going through the joint now.
What difference is that gonna make? She didn't keep him from sending me up, did she?
But Betty. Someone's coming. I gotta go.
This is our solitary confinement block for incorrigibles.
You mean you actually keep girls in a place like this?
Oh, yes, but only when they're being disciplined for a serious violation.
I see.
We have to be very strict.
Have you any girls in here now?
Just one. She's being punished for trying to escape.
Well, bring her out. I'd like to see her.
Certainly. Open up 14. They're generally cured after spending a week down here on bread and water.
Betty Andrews.
Yeah.
She tried to escape. Oh, what's happened to you?
Why don't you ask them?
See that she gets a bath and some decent food, and then bring her up to my office.
Very well.
Miss Brackett, I'd like to see you and the other matrons in my office at once.
Very well, Miss Ellis.
The kitchen and bakery, for instance, will no longer be a place of drudgery. We're going to turn them into classrooms where the girls can be taught cooking instead of working at it like day laborers. There'll also be classes in other useful trades. The laundry will be discontinued entirely. We can have the work done on the outside, and we'll actually save money by doing it. Where the laundry now is, we'll have a completely equipped gymnasium. The solitary confinement quarters will be used as a storehouse. Now, these changes will become effective immediately. Others will be added from time to time. Under the civil service, your jobs are secure. But I shall expect each one of you to cooperate with me to the fullest extent.
Miss Ellis?
Yes, Miss Brackett?
It's too bad you found everything so wrong here.
Wrong? Everything I've seen is revolting.
But, Miss Ellis, this is a prison.
This is not a prison. One of the first things we're going to do is to prove it by changing its name. From now on, it'll be known as the Curtis Home for Girls. These girls are not sent here to be punished and disciplined. They're mentally ill, and it's our job to help them, much as it's the business of a hospital to cure those who are physically ill.
Miss Ellis, there's one thing you seem to overlook. These girls are criminals.
If they are not criminals when they get here, they certainly are when they leave. That'll be all. Oh, ladies, those uniforms you're wearing are a trifle gloomy. I'd suggest in future that you use your own clothes.
Yes, Miss Ellis. Thank you.
Here's Betty, Miss Ellis.
Oh, come in, Betty. Sit down. No, first of all, I want to thank you. If it hadn't been for your courage in getting Gracie's story to Jim Brent, the prison commission would never have been sufficiently moved to give me this appointment.
Oh, thank me. I only did it to get enough money to clear out of here. After what they did to Gracie, well, that's plain for keeps.
I'm sorry you had to spoil it all by trying to escape. It's going to look bad on your record. I'm afraid it might add time to your sentence.
Time? My sentence? You mean you're not going to get me out of here right away?
I can't.
Why not? You know I'm innocent.
Of course I do. But I'm merely the superintendent here. A pardon or a parole would have to come from a higher authority than mine. You see, there's such a thing as legal procedure.
Yeah. Too much of it, if you ask me.
However, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do my best to get you out of here.
That sounds familiar. And I'm still stuck in this hole.
Only for a short time, I hope. And while you're here, you can learn a useful occupation.
A useful occupation? I can learn that on the outside like a normal human being. Besides, who's going to give a job to a girl with a prison record?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, I'm going to need your help.
Now, wait a minute. You think you're going to make a pet out of me like the Duchess and Frankie? You got me wrong.
I'm sorry you said that, Betty. I'll do my best to forget it.
Is that all you've got to say to me?
Yes, for the time being.
Okay, Miss Ellis. And I'll be leaving.
Reminds me of home. I feel like I'll live with them. Where's the dessert?
Don't forget we had soup, too.
And this is a dream job waiting.
I told you that new super's okay.
Don't be so sure.
What do you want, a suite at the Waldorf? Listen, honey, you're still in that clink here.
Don't I know it? That's why I don't go for Ellis. There's a catch in this somewhere.
I believe this is an appropriate time to tell you about some of the other changes that will go into immediate effect at Curtis. To begin with, any of the girls who wish to may use rouge or lipstick or powder to improve their appearances. Also, there will be classes in cooking, hairdressing, dress designing, typing, and many other useful occupations, under the supervision of special instructors. Further, in order to give you a feeling of independence and responsibility, we are going to institute a system of self-government. Now, this means you will make and abide by your own laws. Also, you will mete out punishment to any violators. In other words, you yourselves will be running Curtis. Now, the first important thing to do is to elect a head. Any one of you has the right to nominate a girl to that office.
If I cop this job, we'll all be in the chips again. Yeah, we'll have Ellis working for us.
I nominate Betty Andrews.
I second the nomination.
Wait a minute. You can't make a stooge out of me. I don't want the nomination.
Very well, then. Are there any other nominations?
Miss Ellis, I nominate the Duchess.
I second the nomination. Georgia Mason has the first nomination.
You sap, are you gonna let the Duchess and her mob get away with it?
You're only cutting your own throat.
Miss Ellis, I'll accept that nomination.
Very well, then. If there are no further nominations, we'll go ahead with the election. Now, all those in favor of Georgia Mason, raise their right hand. Now, all those in favor of Betty Andrews, raise their right hands. Betty Andrews is elected.
Oh, save your congratulations. I didn't fall for that stuff about independence and responsibility. What independence have you got when you're in prison?
But, Betty, why don't you give her another chance? She's been swell to us up to now.
Look, can't I get this through your thick skulls? This is just a job to her. She's got to show those big shots outside she can do it better than Brackett, or she gets canned. How long do you think this is going to last? Only till she gets everything cinched. Then back to the old routine we go. She may be kidding the rest of you, but she's not kidding me. She gives us halfway decent food for a few days, takes down the bars and hangs up a few pictures, and that makes her all right. Aren't there still walls out there? And guards? Aren't we still convicts?
I think Betty knows what she's talking about.
Well, maybe she does, but
all that stuff about learning to cook and sew and type. That's still work, isn't it? Only Ellis is trying to soft soap it, making it sound like a picnic.
Okay, and what do you want to do about it?
Yeah, what's your idea? Just this. We relax and take it easy. No work for anybody. As head of the government here, I'm declaring a vacation. Unless, you'd rather be a stool pigeon again.
Why, you dirty little... Don't worry, honey. We're with you 100%.
Well, you're the boss.
All right, don't worry about me. Well, I suppose I'm for it, too, but I still think you're making an awful mistake.
You see, the stuff has been here a week and no work yet. I told you, Miss Ellis, that this scheme would never work.
Yes, I know.
These girls can't be coddled. They must learn to respect authority, obedience. Now, if you ask my advice...
Well, now, let's not jump at conclusions. After all, the scheme is still in its infancy.
Meanwhile, the girls just sit in their dormitories, idle.
Well, I don't think they'll stay there long.
Here she comes now. Who's going to tell her?
Well, I will. Well, hello, Betty.
Hello.
We want to talk to you for a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Well, we're getting awful sick of doing nothing. We thought we'd like to take a crack at some of that work Ellis was talking about.
Yeah. What are you kicking about? You're living the life of Riley.
The way we're behaving, it's a wonder we're still getting decent food.
Look, Betty, where's this leading us? What good's it doing? What do we win when we do win?
Yeah. You still think that dame's okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to prove to you once and for all she's a phony, and she doesn't really care 2 cents about us. Didn't she say we should come to her for anything we wanted?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Hazel, May, come with me. You're going to be witnesses.
Where are you going?
Never mind. Come on.
Where are they going?
What's she doing?
Yes, girls, what is it?
Miss Ellis, the girls have decided they want to hold a dance.
A dance?
Yes.
Well, look, Miss Ellis, you see, we really... I think it's a splendid idea. Just what the girls need.
You mean we can have one?
Well, that's what you want, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes, I guess so.
Well, now, I'll try and arrange it for 2 weeks from Saturday night. That'll give me time to invite plenty of young men.
Men? 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 Did you say men?
Why, yes. Be silly if you had to dance with each other now, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes, I guess it would. Well, that's very kind of you, Miss Ellis.
Well, I think we better get down and spread the good news, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, I guess we better.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Wow! Wait till you hear the news!
It's terrific!
Yeah. We're gonna have a dance!
Oh, wait a minute. She's not kidding. We walks into the super's office, and just like that, Betty says we're going to have a dance.
And the super says okay 2 weeks from Saturday night.
But I've never danced with anyone but a sailor.
And that ain't all. Miss Ellis says we can have a man for every girl in the joint.
I want 2. I'm double jointed.
Oh, man, are they still making those things?
Suppose they'd mind if the boys took us home after the shindig?
What'd you ever do, kid? Oh, I'm just naturally a genius.
Hey, wait a minute. How could we go to a dance in these clothes? Yeah, and look at these moms.
We'd make a fine bunch of glamour girls in these sacks.
The dressmaking class.
And the hairdressing stuff.
That's it. It's a cinch.
Well, what are we waiting for? Come on.
Oh, good morning, Miss Ellis.
Good morning.
Well, what do you think of it?
I think it's going to be lovely.
Oh, I'll knock 'em dead in it.
Oh, Miss Ellis, I can't make up my mind between these two models. Which one do you like?
Well, they're both attractive. Which do you think will make you look the more slender?
I guess this one would sort of streamline me.
I think you're absolutely right. Oh, May, that's lovely.
Oh, thanks, Miss Ellis. I'm having a little trouble with the gusset, but I'll get it.
Say, will you stop jumping around like a grasshopper?
Ouch! Are you pinning this dress or tattooing me? Woo.
You know that dress is just mediocre. Ah, you're just saying that to make me feel good.
You couldn't learn that out of a burning building.
Do you think I look glamorous, Tyre?
Oh, but definitely.
Tell you, Hazel, I don't want to go to the dance.
Come on, stop standing there half-mast. That's a fine attitude to have after me going to all the trouble of making this dress for you.
I didn't ask you to, did I?
No, because you're just too stubborn. How would it look if you didn't show up at the dance after promoting it for us? Stand still. You can do your dancing downstairs.
All right, girls, downstairs. Your guests have arrived.
Oh, the man.
Come on, we better hurry. There won't be a man left with all those dames loose downstairs.
Are you ready, girls?
This ain't a dance, it's a race.
Gee, there ought to be a lot of protectors.
You aren't even safe in prison anymore.
Yeah, they sold us down the river.
But they're young anyway.
Oh, come on, let's take a chance. I've been outsmarting cops all my life.
Yeah, then what are you doing in here?
You're right, this is one place they can't pinch you.
Yeah, come on. After all, a cop is a man.
That ain't the way I hear it.
Excuse me, Miss Ellis, but I think I see somebody I know.
Oh, good.
Hello, Betty.
Hello.
It's good seeing you again. You look swell.
What are you doing up here with us Cinderellas? Looking for a story?
Well, if this isn't a story, I'm a ring-tailed baboon. No, I'm here for another reason. To see you.
That your good deed for the day?
Shall we dance?
No, thanks. I think I'll worry this one out.
I'd resent that if I wasn't such a kind-hearted bloke. Now, come on, Betty. You really ought to come off that iceberg you're sitting on.
I don't need your advice.
Now, look. This ought to make you feel better. Mary Ellis submitted your case to the parole board yesterday.
She did?
Sure. Yeah, that's on the level, baby. Now do you feel more like dancing? Well, do you? Ah, come on. Before you know it, we'll be dancing at the Ritz.
Gee, I could dance like this forever.
What's the matter? Haven't you got ambition?
Come in.
Miss Brackett said you wanted to see me.
Oh, yes, Betty. I've some rather interesting news for you. I've decided to install a sort of merit system, and I sent for you as the head of our self-government to ask for your cooperation. I'd like it to be a sort of competitive arrangement. At the end of a certain period, the 10 girls who receive the highest marks or the most points would be rewarded with a leave of absence from Curtis unescorted.
You mean we can leave here by ourselves?
Oh, to return, of course, at an appointed time. It'll place the girls strictly on their honor. We can start at once. That'll make it possible for 10 girls to be home in time for Thanksgiving. I've outlined it all here. You can look it over and let me know if you have any suggestions later.
All right, Miss Ellis. Thank you very much. Oh, Miss Ellis, I heard about how you've been working on parole for me, and I want to thank you for that, too. I guess I must have been all wrong about you. I'm awfully sorry.
That's all right, my dear.
I work my head off just to get my name on that honor roll.
Because I want you to be among those 10 girls.
So I can have Thanksgiving dinner in some cheap cafeteria in town?
Well, not exactly.
Why then?
Wouldn't you like to see things here go back to the way they were?
Sure.
All right, then. You do as I tell you, and we'll get rid of some of the people around here we don't like.
How?
If one of the girls on that honor list shouldn't get back on time, somebody would have a lot of explaining to do.
Oh. You mean we sort of put somebody on the spot?
Exactly. The rest would be easy.
Okay. You know, that just fits in with my plans.
Now, bear in mind that you're being released on your own honor. I trust you'll do nothing to spoil it for any girls that may have the same opportunity in the future. I shall expect each one of you back at Curtis not 1 minute later than 11 o'clock Thursday night. Is that clear?
Yes, it is, Miss Ellis.
All right. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ellis, and the same to you. Thank you.
Don't you worry, Miss Ellis.
Hello, Commissioner. I'm just calling up to tell you that the girls have left for Thanksgiving parole, just as Miss Ellis had planned.
Thanksgiving parole? What are you talking about?
Why, Commissioner, didn't you know? Miss Ellis let 10 girls go for the holiday on their honor. She's positive they'll return voluntarily.
That's ridiculous. Those girls are convicted criminals. Why didn't you tell me about this before?
Why, I was sure you knew about it, sir.
The newspapers know anything about this? Make sure they don't. I'm coming up this afternoon.
Now listen, Commissioner. When I took this job, I understood I was to have a completely free hand.
Yes, and I warned you to watch your step. Miss Ellis, the very least you could have done was to consult the board.
There's nothing to get excited about, Commissioner. These girls have worked hard for their parole. They know what it'll mean to every girl at Curtis if they don't come back. They'll be here in plenty of time.
Well, I hope you're right, Miss Ellis. For the entire responsibility for this will have to rest on your shoulders.
I'm not the least bit worried.
Well, I am. I'll be back here Thursday night when these girls are supposed to return. Good afternoon.
Thanks for the grand time, Jim.
Oh, thank you for the good time I had. Goodbye. Keep the old chin up.
All right, I will.
I'll be up to see you in about a week. That is, if you're still there.
Thanks, optimist.
So long.
Goodbye, Jim.
Miss Andrews?
Yes?
I've been all over the station for you.
For me? Why?
Hazel told me to pick you up. She's over at my brother's house with some of the other girls. We're going to take you all back by car.
Oh. Well, all right, thanks.
My car is right over here.
Everybody here?
Everybody but the Duchess and Betty.
They'd better get here. There ain't much time left. They'll be here.
Here comes the Duchess now.
And with a boyfriend.
Ain't that romantic?
Hi, girls.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, if it isn't Miss Stone from Little Rock.
Remind me to laugh, will you, Stinky?
Gee, if Betty don't get here pretty soon, she's going to miss the last bus.
Really in there.
I'll be back in a minute.
Well, So long, kids. Go straight home to Mama.
So long.
Hello, Jim Brent? This is Hazel. You know one of the girls down at Curtis? Say, I'm down at the bus station. The bus is about to leave and Betty isn't here.
Well, I dropped her there over a half hour ago.
I know, but she isn't here. And I have a sneaking idea the Duchess and Nita have got something to do with it.
Well, what do you mean?
I'll skip the details. Listen, a few minutes ago, the Duchess just walked in with that chiseler, you know, Jack Pendy, and they went into a huddle with Nita. I saw him give them the high sign. I don't know what it was all about, but I didn't like the way it smelled.
Jack Pendy, eh? Yeah, I know the gentleman. Okay, Hazel, I'll get right on it. Goodbye. Say, Hank, you remember Jack Pendy, don't you?
Yeah. What's he been pinched for now?
Nothing yet, but if you were him and you wanted to hide a girl away for a few days, where would you take her?
Well, if I still owned the place, I'd take her to that shack up near Belmont, just off the turnpike. Why?
Oh, nothing. I just had a hunch about something, that's all.
Okay, girls, your bus is ready.
But we can't go yet. Betty isn't here.
Well, fine stunt she's pulling.
Has Betty shown up yet?
No, she hasn't, Hazel, and we gotta go.
Come on, we can't wait around here all night for a dame that ain't gonna show up.
Well, gee whiz, I don't want to go off the Betty. That's all that's happening.
Take it away, Bill.
I'm sure everything's going to be all right, Commissioner.
I want to know what brought these reporters up here.
Oh, we got a tip something was going on, so here we are.
The city editor called me. He said he got the tip from some dame.
The girls are back, Miss Ellis.
All of them?
All of them but one.
Which girl is that?
Betty Andrews.
Betty Andrews. Isn't that the girl who tried to escape once before?
Yes, Commissioner.
Well, Miss Ellis?
Well, just because she didn't come back with the others is no reason to believe she's not coming back at all.
Miss Ellis, just how long do you intend to carry on this strange fate of yours?
What are you doing?
I'm going to telephone my paper.
You'll do nothing of the kind.
Well, you can't keep a thing like this from the press.
She still has plenty of time to show up. And unless she's sick or hurt, I know she'll be here. She has until 11 o'clock.
Listen, sister, we don't want to hurt you. If you want to get tough, we'll get tougher.
You can't keep me here.
We're doing it, ain't we? Now stay put or we'll lock you in the icebox. Come on, sit down.
I'd just like to see Betty's face when the cops grab her. Me too.
Boy, she's sure gonna quit for the rest of us.
Yeah, if she doesn't get back here by 11 o'clock.
Get outside and see what's up.
Okay.
Hey, Bart! Bart! Bart, hurry
on the lam.
How do you know, Duchess?
I just know. That's all.
Betty was going to come back like the rest of us.
Oh, don't give me that. I knew all the time she'd do a fade out. And I hope she gets all that's coming to her.
Look, you know something about this.
About what?
Don't play dumb.
Look, why don't you get tired and go to bed?
I'm not going to bed until you tell me a bedtime story, and you better start talking. Oh, you let go of me. See, I don't want you to know we're good at it.
I don't mind saying, Miss Ellis, your little experiment has proven it was a mistake to put you in charge here.
I'm sorry, Commissioner.
You'll be notified when to appear before the commission.
Well, what's this?
Miss Ellis, the Duchess has got something to tell you.
Yes, Georgia, what is it?
Miss Ellis, I want you to know that it's all my fault that, that when...
Oh, Betty!
Oh, Miss Ellis, I'm terribly sorry I was late.
Where have you been? We were so worried about you.
Well, I missed the last bus, and Jim was kind enough to drive me over.
Well, all I can say is, you may have a great system, Miss Ellis, but it certainly adds gray hairs to us poor prison commissioners. I'm sure we can forget everything now.
Thank you.
Oh, have Miss Brackett around at my office in the morning.
Yes, Commissioner.
As you know, I have a feeling that she needs a change. Come on,
Very well,
boys.
Commissioner.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Commissioner.
Well, there's no story here.
Good night, boys. Say, you ought to come up to one of our dances sometime.
Thanks.
How did you get that black eye, Georgia?
Oh, you mean this, Shiner? Well, that's what I wanted to tell you about, Miss Ellis. You see, I started an argument with one of the girls, and, well, I guess I got just what I deserved, and I didn't want anyone else to get the blame.
Oh, that's very magnanimous of you. You better get down to the dormitory and put something on it.
Yes, ma'am.
I know just the stuff to fix you.
And what are you doing here, Hazel?
Well, you see, I wanted to show the Duchess the way, and I didn't think she could see out of one eye.
I'm glad you got back okay, Betty, and I'm sorry for everything.
Well, that's all right, Duchess. I'm glad you feel that way about it.
Betty, I don't think you'll fit in here in the future either.
Why, what do you mean?
You need a good home. Different surroundings. What can you do about it, Jim?
I could do plenty, and right now, if she wasn't living in this place.
Maybe I've got the answer to that.
Now, what did I tell you? It's your pardon.
I should never have been able to give it to you if you hadn't come back.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
We shall be very busy in here during the next 10 or 15 minutes. If there are any calls, we do not wish to be disturbed.
Now, how about that next Thanksgiving dinner?